So one last thing here, guys, in terms of files, if I want to allow the user to type in the name of the file to open, we could do that. I've created a variable, a string variable called file name. So I have a prompt to enter the input file name and read it in there. And so now instead of this statement that we had before in file.open and I put the file name in quotes, now I am going to use whatever is in this variable that I type in. So that's the only change that I have made here. So watch what happens. Now if I put in a bad file name, if I put in nums.txt, that's not the name of my file, so it's not found. If I put in numbers.txt, then I get my output, right? But you have to put the .text. If I put in just numbers, then it's not going to find that. So it has to be a complete name of the file name. Now suppose also I want to send the output to an output file. So I can have an IF stream and an OF stream in the same program. Now, I don't need to open my output file unless I'm getting ready to process my input file. So down here, once I know that I've opened my input file, I'm going to open my output file. So outfile.open, let's call it output.txt. And if you wanted to prompt for a file name just like this, you could. I'm just doing it two different ways. So now, instead of all the information going to cout, I'm just going to copy this line. I am going to send all this information to outfile. So in other words, I now have a program that is reading data from a file and writing data to a file. And I will have to close both of the files when I'm done. Right? So, and I'm going to show you, let's leave this up over here so you'll see when that output file gets created. I kind of put it over here. Yes. Okay, so we'll say numbers.txt. Kind of take a look over here and watch what's going to happen. So look, a file got created called output. There's no output happening here because I commented out my output statement that was happening there. And if I go back to here and we look and see what is in the output file, there's all the information that previously was going to cout. So the only thing that the file situation is doing is allowing me to create an alternate place to read information from, and or allowing me to create an alternate place to write information to. And you just have to make sure you create your OF stream or IF stream object. You need to open the file. If it's input, you need to make sure it exists. And then you read or write from it, and then you close your files at the end. Again, there's a note over in Canvas that has kind of a copy of all of this. It's a little bit of a different program. I think this one is reading a number and a color, because if I had two different bits of information there, I could. We'll talk about that more on Tuesday. In order to do what is here, you can do this. This is just a file that just has numbers on it. And you're going to count them, figure out the average, figure out how many even numbers are in the file. Just some practice doing that. So that is what I would like you to spend some time trying to do. And hopefully we'll have class on Tuesday. All right. Thanks, guys.